question I had as a clinician for many, many years was, number one, what happens musically when? How do I use it when I'm working clinically with a child? And then what happens when it doesn't develop, and how do I know what is supposed to happen? There is a considerable amount of brand new research, brand new within the last 10 years, on musical development within the typical infant brain. And what I tried to do was to put it together to give that information on a moment-to-moment basis in the clinic. And this is what I've discovered. Music is developmental. It is not splintered. It is not skill-based. Music exists even without music learning. And I think that's critical for us to understand as early childhood music specialists. Music is developmental. One skill happens before the next, and you can predict what's going to be happening with a child musically by their chronological age, because enough research has been done to let you know. But even that information didn't give me enough to work with on the clinic. And so I tagged on the work of Dr. Cynthia Briggs and Dr. Ken Bruscia. Cindy Briggs is here. And sort of took it and took a look, like, what does this really mean? So we created 5 levels of musical development to help us in the clinic. And here's what I believe about it. It's a framework. However you choose to practice, as long as it's developmentally appropriate, we all can come together on understanding musical development. It is not dependent on music learning. We don't need music learning in order to really have children engaged in music in early childhood. And part of the level framework is that it is as valid for a child to develop horizontally as it is vertically. For a child who has a disability that will not allow them to move from a basic level, it is just as valid for that child to develop horizontally by repeated experiences and by novel experiences within that developmental level as it is for the child to be developing vertically. Children in the awareness level, and we're not really going to talk chronological age, but you can tie that back if you look in the book, prefer higher pitches. Why do we all talk like this? Because that's what infants prefer. Prefer consonants over dissonance. And is it any wonder that we have so many children's songs that are consonant? I don't mean major minor, I mean consonant as opposed to dissonant. Rhythmic movements are instinctual to the child, not necessarily tied to external musical factors. And children in the awareness level respond differently to sedative versus play songs. So if you're doing a lullaby, the child will motorically and effectively respond differently if you are doing a lullaby as opposed to a kitty 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 gotcha. All right? These are facts that research has given us that we can use in the clinic. The next level is what I call trust. And you can see they're very easy to understand. What does trust mean? What does awareness mean? Where do your children lie? In the trust level, children match selected pitches. Now, the research, and I invite you to go back to it, shows that as early as 3 to 6 months, infants are able to match selected pitches. It is a remarkable skill of the human brain, and we don't even value it. They're not even talking, and they're matching selected pitches. How cool is that for music therapists? They're recognizing notes in the triad. Next comes independence. If I were to talk independence, you're going to think about the kid that turns around and says, no. Those are my favorite. Except my own children, I didn't like that. But I love them at school. So the children who are in independence, and I'm just going to qualify, in independence I do not mean independence in terms of totally pushing away, but children in the independence level are no longer dependent upon somebody else providing them with the experience. They can now move out of their movement plane or their cognitive plane in order to access experiences on their own. A little too theoretical for share our strategies. We're not. They can. Here we go. They're babbling with melodic inflection. You've heard that all the time, right? They're just using melodic inflection while they're babbling. All of a sudden here they can clap hands, but not till here. They enjoy musical surprises. The best. We're going to do one with the musical surprise in just a minute. Next level after that, I call control. And again, I'm not talking about external control, but the ability for the child to organize their world to effectively control what they accept and what they produce for you. And here's what they can do. They can sing intervals of a second, third, fourth, and fifth. Already. It's remarkable. These are kids who are just beginning to learn to put sentences and phrases together. And look what they can do musically. They can follow a melodic contour. Internal rhythms are usually very, 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 very fast. And those of you who are with me this morning, I mentioned that sometimes you learn in music therapy to match the child. What happens when you match the child with their internal rhythms is they just double it. So next thing you know, you're doing chase me, chase me, chase me, because they're not really hearing it the way that you are hearing it. And their spontaneous songs, as lovely as they might be, lack no tonal center. And you listen to them and you're still going, but it's their music. That is the music of the child in the control level. And last, the level of responsibility. And this is when children first begin to recognize self as opposed to other and begin to reach out, not because of something that they're going to gain, but because they understand another person is a human being and they want to make that connection, and we call that responsibility. They increase their ability to match the pitch center. They're using song lyrics along with melody. They can finally maintain a steady beat. Our song. So that's one, number one on the hit parade. Here's how we're going to do it. IDEA, which governs our work in early intervention in young children, says to enhance the capacity of families to meet the special needs of their infants and toddlers. So I'm looking at the parent-child dyad. I'm working in early intervention here, so I have an IFSP. So we're talking an outcome. And here's the outcome I'm looking for. The child and grown-up will participate in and learn a musical bonding song that promotes positive parent-child interaction. And here's what bonding songs are. I often call things very different than maybe what you're used to, and we do a lot of things we call bonding songs. Bonding songs allow the grown-up and child dyad to move together, interactional synchrony, develop trust, that's the level they're in, by playing together in structured songs that use movement, close touch, rhythmic and tempo variations to draw the pair close. Number one on the hit parade is called Wiggly Jiggly Car. So you got to sit with a car. The child could sit on your lap facing you or sit away from you. Most often they're with their parents because it's not about me. It's about the parent. Oh, we do, and here they are. I have some video, but we don't have time for that. So here it is. Let's talk about trust. Put your arms way out. This is the scariest thing, particularly for children on the spectrum. This is so scary, but watch what we're going to do. Have no idea what key I'm going to pick right now because it's late in the day. To keep you safe, 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 put your seatbelt on, to keep you safe, 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 put your seatbelt on. Sing with me one time. To keep you safe, 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 put your seatbelt on. Hug that kid. To keep you safe, 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 put your seatbelt on. Here's the musical surprise. I had one mother say to me, I can't stand it. I said, God. Wiggly jiggly, here we go, we're riding on the car. You gotta wiggle, wiggly jiggly, hippity hop, and now it's time to stop. Uh-oh, here it comes. Watch the protectives. Oh, oh, oh. face to face. That's what you're looking for, mommy and the baby. Oh, wiggly jiggly, here we go. We're riding in my car. Wiggly jiggly, hippity hop, and now it's time to stop.